The next thing to notice is the hour of temptation reference, which will come upon all the world. So what does this mean? This is referring to God's wrath, which happens later in the Revelation, which I will cover. Also known as the 7 trumpets, the 7 vials. And this will occur after Jesus returns and gathers his followers. He will punish all the people that are left over that do not believe in him. So he's saying in verse 10, because those Christians in Philadelphia and all the Christians in the world, because they have kept the word of his patience, he will keep them from the hour of temptation, the hour of judgment. And so how do we know that this hour of temptation is the hour of judgment? Here's the first verse that describes God's wrath or his judgment as referred to as 1 hour. Revelation 14:7, saying with a loud voice, "Fear God and give glory to him, for the hour of his judgment is come, and worship him that made heaven and earth and the sea and the fountains of waters." Revelation 18:10, standing afar off for the fear of her torment, saying, "Alas, alas, that great city Babylon, that mighty city, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come." Revelation 18:17, for in 1 hour so great riches is come to naught. Here's another one, Revelation 18:19. And they cast dust on their heads, and cried, weeping and wailing, saying, Alas, alas, that great city, wherein were made rich all that had ships in the sea by reason of her costliness. For in 1 hour is she made desolate. So we see from these 4 verses that God's wrath or judgment is referred to as 1 hour, and it starts with the destruction of Babylon, which is also referred to as Mystery Babylon, which we will cover in detail later in the Revelation. So the destruction of Babylon lasts 1 hour, but God's wrath is a period of time. It's approximately 3.5 years that will come upon the whole world, not just Babylon. So God's wrath or judgment lasts 3.5 years, but it starts with the destruction of Babylon, and that will last 1 hour. So with that in mind, when we go back to Revelation 3:10 and we see the phrase, I also will keep them from the hour of temptation, this makes sense that the hour of temptation is that first hour that God's wrath starts on Babylon. And it furthermore makes sense because the Christians will already have been raptured into heaven before that first hour. That's why it says, because thou hast kept my word and my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation.